Hey pals, how are you doing? Do you like dinosaurs? I like dinosaurs, so let's talk about dinosaurs, because what else would we talk about? I'm Pal, and today we're gonna talk about Therizinosaurus. Therizinosaurus was a dinosaur that lived around 17 million years ago, during the Upper Cretaceous of Mongolia, right up until the mass extinction event that wiped out most of life on Earth, including flying and marine reptiles and dinosaurs, thanks to this massive son of a quiche meteorite. But it was nice enough to let those cuties live, so it wasn't so bad after all. This guy's family, the Therizinosauridae, was very widespread in Laurasia, nowadays northern hemisphere continents such as North America, Europe and Asia. But Therizinosaurus lived more specifically in the Nemegt Formation, located here in the Gobi Desert in the south of Mongolia, chilling in what was a very diverse area with a rich fauna, including vertebrates of all sizes such as fishes, turtles, crocodiles, and a bunch of other dinosaurs such as Tarbosaurus, Deinocheirus, Nemegtosaurus, Nemegtomeia, Nemegtonicus. Hold on, do I sense a pattern here? Absolutely! You too create your own dinosaur. Just take a random geological formation, add Saurus at the end, and here you go, it works! You successfully created your own dinosaur, let's go! Anyway, this Nemegt formation is so rich that it's called the Valley of Dragons, and it held some of the coolest dinosaurs at the time, some of which I'll have to talk about in the future. Therizinosaurus means scythe lizard, coming from, you must have already guessed it, its very prominent teeth. Of course not! Please pay attention. It was because of its claws. Seriously, have you seen the size of those things? Edward Scissorhands would be very jealous. These claws could reach length of over 1 meter, which even for a 9 to 10 meter animal was very impressive. And they are to this day the biggest ever that we know of. He was kind of the Wolverine of his generation. Or the Mesozoic War Greyman. A Digimon reference in 2024. Nice. Anyway, this dino was just hanging out with basically baguettes instead of claws. Ho ho ho, croissant. No, what am I doing? I said he was from Mongolia, not France. Ah, yeah, much better. This dude probably had a lot of success hunting other dinosaurs, you might think. Well, absolutely not. He was a herbivore. If you already thought Therizinosaurus was weird, get this. He was a herbivorous theropod. Okay, so for those of you not familiar with dinosaur classification, which to be fair is most people, let me remind you. Dinosaurs can be roughly divided into two groups, Ornithischia and Saurischia, based on the shape of their hip bones. In Ornithischia we find most of the herbivorous dinosaurs that look like this, and this. And in Saurischia we find two groups, one being exclusively herbivorous, the sauropods, those that look like this, and finally theropods. In theropods, you have all the carnivorous dinosaurs you can think of, and Terry. To be honest, Terry wasn't the only herbivorous dinosaur in Theropoda, but with the size of these claws, he's definitely the one you'd expect the least to be herbivorous out of them. So instead of meat, he was just grazing on high leaves with his long neck and his beak, a characteristic feature of most herbivorous dinosaurs, such as Oviraptorosaurs, Ornithomimosaurs, and Ceratopsians. Its very weird and unusual body proportions got Terry to be placed in various groups of reptiles, before being placed, as stated earlier, within Theropoda, and more precisely within Maniraptora, the same group that includes velociraptors and the likes. His body structure, with its elongated neck, strong arms, and stock pelvic area perfect for long periods of sitting and eating, is shared with a couple more modern groups of animals, and is an example of convergent evolution. Calicotheres, for instance, were weird gorilla horse chimeras with similar body shapes as Therizinosaurus, filling the same ecological niche as Terry millions of years later, and now filling your nightmares. Ground sloth also shared this lifestyle, so I'll let you imagine the Ice Age crew, but instead of Manny and Diego, so you would hang out with Terry and Charlie. Therizinosaurus appeared in a lot of franchises and medias, like Ark, Jurassic World Evolution, Jurassic World Game, The Dino King, Dinosaur King, Dinovan Trek's Adventures, The Isle, Walking with Dinosaurs, or Dino Crisis. But thanks to Jurassic World Dominion, it got some more attention in the general public. Its behavior was most probably wrong, and the movie was definitely bad, but happy to see some cool creatures that we don't often see nonetheless. And in the movie, Terry was depicted to live in a wet woodland environment, which is actually pretty close to what paleontologists think the environment of the Nemegt Formation was during the Upper Cretaceous. Unfortunately, they messed it up with the claws. Those very long claws were most likely used for intimidating predators, sexual courtship, or helping feeding by pulling branches towards them. But they were shown to be relatively fragile, so they most probably would not have used them as a support when leaning, to sweep a deer.
Nope.
Or to freaking impale a Giganotosaurus.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Well, that's definitely something that happened. Anyway, Therizinosaurus is not an extremely popular dinosaur, but it's among my favorite, and I think it deserves way more love than it currently gets. So give it up for Terry! No, not him. Him. But, yeah, also him. So hold on a minute. To sum up, it's a dinosaur that stayed on the couch all day, binge ate, and had long nails because it doesn't take care of himself. So basically, the OG gamer! Look at you! Yeah, you, Jaden, behind the screen. You're looking at your totem animal right there, so that's nice. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm gonna bounce. Don't hesitate to share, leave a like, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you around. See you, pals.